The Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire teaser trailer has yet again for the Monsterverse blown up the internet, racking in millions of views across all platforms, with what is essentially a 15-second long clip that's not actually even a scene in the movie. But at the end of the day, this teaser has given fans tons to talk about over the last few weeks. And many questions will need to be answered upon this new movie's release in March of next year. One of my biggest questions is, what will Godzilla's role be in this new movie? We're gonna theorize about that in this video, so make sure and tell me what you think Godzilla's part in the new Empire will be down in the comments, and go monkey slap the hell out of that like button. We got a special animation for you guys in this video, so make sure and stick around for the whole thing. Let's see what the big man may be up to in the new movie. Let's get to it. So the whole point of Godzilla vs. Kong was to establish Godzilla as the undisputed champion of the natural world, at least on the surface of the planet. As soon as his latest two challengers were unable to bring him down, being Kong and Mechagodzilla, he did what he always does, drift off into the deep dark depths of the ocean. So what's gonna have to happen in the new Empire that will get the atomic lizard back in the fighting spirit? We have to remember, Godzilla is a creature of honor and pride. But most importantly, a highly territorial badass mother, who will put his life on the line to save his home, which at this point is the entire planet. No monster on the surface world has the ability to challenge Godzilla at his current strength. So for the G-Man to go back to war, it's going to take just that, another massive kaiju war. Now remember, these are all simply theories based on what we know, and we won't really know the real story till the movie's out. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun talking about it, right? With the title like The New Empire, combined with the cynical looking ape who is sitting on a throne above endless corpses. Perhaps it tells us that we are set for a surface world invasion, similar to what happened on Skull Island with the Skullcrawlers. But instead of it just being on an island, this time it's the entire planet. And the swarm of deadly monsters are being led by this mysterious new Kong individual. So what better way to show how awesome Godzilla is than to have him hold off an entire swarm of creatures and titans all by himself? One versus them all. This would be epic.
Wow, Jacob, that's amazing. Anyway, I'd like to tell you about an epic new game that DangerVille has partnered up with. It's called the Omega game, and it's a VR game that you... no, it's a mobile game, and it's a city builder, I think, but no, it's actually a third-person shooter, and guys, these graphics are just insane. This looks incredible. It even has multiplayer where you can hook up with girls. Wait, is that Godzilla? What is this? Right, stop this. I'm not having this. What is the actual sponsor? It's Raid Shadow Legends! Obviously, here at DangerVille, we love monsters, so let's go over the top 3 scariest bosses you'll find in the dungeons of Raid Shadow Legends. At number 3, the Minotaur. 2, the Spider. At number 1, we have Iragoth the Eternal Dragon. So as a monster fan, I love that the game features all these cool and sometimes scary creatures. Get friends to join your clan and team up to take down these bosses for tons of XP and loot. And the hot new thing in Raid right now is an update called Call of the Arbiter. We're talking new champions, a new artifact set, events, and more. If you want to jump into the game, use my link in the description below or scan my QR code here to get insane bonuses like the epic champion Talia, as well as energy refills, skill tome, and XP boosters. Once you're in and slaying monsters, come and find me under the name DangerVille, and if you're fast enough, you can join my clan. So just hit me up in the link in the description, and I'll see you in the war zone. Thank you, residents, for listening. We hope you download the game because not only will you have a blast playing, but you're also supporting us at DangerVille, so give it a play. We love you, Raid. Now back to whatever Jacob was doing. Go on, clear off.
I'd wish he'd stop doing that. Anyway, back to the theory. Think about it. It makes a ton of sense when using established lore combined with the synopsis for Godzilla and Kong, which feel free to go watch that video when you're done with this one. And to face this Hollow Earth invasion, we have the King of the Monsters. After defeating the Muto Prime, Mechagodzilla, Gonorrhea, and Kong, there's not many ways left where you could create a movie that has an actual challenge for Godzilla. Unless, of course, you went endgame mode already. But well, let's hope that comes in a future movie, am I right? We can imagine that Kong, now calling the center of the Earth his home, will likely be the main focus of the primary conflict with orangutan. As Godzilla protects the surface from the invasion force, Kong runs headfirst into the heart of the danger. Real quick, let us know if you want a video like this theorizing on what Kong's role will be in this new movie. Go ahead right now, tell me down in the comments. I could see the G-Man spending a good portion of this movie as a sort of guardian character, with the camera jumping from Kong doing his thing, to Godzilla just ruthlessly crushing his opponents left and right. It'd be a nice back and forth, and I think most fans would love that. Kong does the story building, Godzilla does the killing. Balanced.
Perfectly balanced. This whole thing should be.
Guys, crowds would erupt every time the G-Man came back on the screen, as their eyes feasted on the spectacular moments and brutal executions Big Godzilla would perform on helpless enemies. But we have to remember that this is Godzilla, the king of the monsters, and he has to be more than just another layer of defense while Kong steals all the fame. If this theory was true, I would expect Godzilla to give it everything he's got to hold back the waves of invaders. But after killing dozens or maybe even hundreds of opponents, he's gonna begin to tire, and things will get a bit hairy for him then. But this is where things would get super exciting yet again. What's one of the biggest complaints regarding the story building for the Monsterverse so far? I'll answer it for you. Why the hell did the other Titans and King of the Monsters just disappear after they were really used to do, well, not much of anything impactful in the first place? You know where I'm headed. So imagine Godzilla falls to the ground, exhausted, and suddenly you hear a loud rumble and an elephant-like roar that can be heard for miles around. It's Behemoth and Methuselah, ready to come to their king's aid. This gives Godzilla all the time he needs to regain his composure, and we then get to see all three Titans work together to destroy their enemies and save the surface of the planet. Maybe this is the scene happening in Brazil that we know about. And if any of the classic Toho monsters like Rodan or Mothra show up here, you can expect a lot of kaiju fans to have to get new pants after watching this movie. And it doesn't end there. Godzilla's gotta go to the Hollow Earth in this movie. Deleting the temple fight scene between Godzilla and Kong was a massive lost opportunity for Godzilla vs. Kong as a movie. But now we have another chance to get the G-Man to the realm of the Titans. Kong no doubt is going to be the primary hero or character in this movie, and will no doubt fight the big bad guy, whoever it is, at the climax of the movie. But he's gonna need Godzilla's help. If Kong and Orangutan do battle, this is a prime opportunity to finally have zero-gravity kaiju battles. We've already seen Kong traverse this unfathomable space between the up and the down of the Hollow Earth. I know it's like some Stranger Things crap, and they made it very clear that the Kongs of ancient times routinely would do this to travel to each gravitational floor. Why else would they build that weird hand thing for Kong to grab onto like that? So, let's have them fight there. Leaping off floating boulders, throwing them around, bashing, kicking, just freaking going nuts. But this new ape grew up here and is way more familiar with the land and how the zero gravity works in the Hollow Earth. Kong slowly loses control of the battle, and then it happens. Godzilla roars onto the scene, somehow, which will never get explained because, you know, fuck it. The G-Man arrives to the Hollow Earth to help save his planet. Remember, this danger is threatening his home. He's not there to help Kong because they're just buddies now or something. They will work together yet again. But Kong and his opponent are very far away, and Godzilla must get to them fast. So what does he do? He charges the cliffside with speed we've never seen before from the beast, and flings all of his lard ass into the air and into the zero gravity zone. Then he does this. Just kidding, guys. I had to set that one up. As cool as it would be to see jet fighter Goji come yeeting at Orangutan, a more fitting for the Monsterverse route would be to see Godzilla, in a way, swim through the zero gravity just like he would in the deep oceans. After seeing how cool it looked to have the G-Man running on all fours after Kong, you know you would love to see him ripping his way through the floating boulders to take on this threat. From there, the battle would play out, but how it ends, we won't know until we see it, and I guess that's how it should be. So to answer this question's video, what will Godzilla's role be in this new movie? It's a very good chance that he will be the eye candy, the excitement, the intensity, and the sheer freaking enjoyment bringer in this movie. For the first time yet in the Monsterverse, becoming the epitome of the Godzilla legacy. A hero. who just so happens to be an insanely OP, bona fide 100% ass-kicking machine. Now tell me what you think. I hope you enjoyed this Monsterverse Theory video. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to stomp that subscribe button to stay up to date on all our new content and Godzilla and Kong the New Empire videos. And if you feel like I earned it, guys, share this video around with your Godzilla-obsessed friends and ask them for their predictions for Godzilla's role in Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. Big thanks to Raid Shadow Legends once again for sponsoring this video. Always a good time with them. As always, everyone, this has been Jacob, and I will see you guys in the next one.